Hi, friends. Welcome to Social Studies. Today we're going to be looking at North Carolina rivers and waterways. And so before we get started, they have a video for us, a video introduction. So here we go.
If there's one thing North Carolina has a lot of, it's water. Between the Atlantic Ocean and the state's many lakes and rivers, water has helped shape North Carolina into the place it is today. The area stays so green in part because of all the lakes that cross the region. The main ones are Cape Fear, News, the Tar, Roanoke, and Yadkin. Dozens more run through North Carolina, along with man-made lakes and reservoirs. Some of these are used for boating, some for fishing, some for a little of everything. Of course, not all the lakes are man-made. In the east are hundreds of ponds and lakes known as the Carolina Bays. Other places also have these little elliptically shaped lakes, but for some reason there's a lot of them in North Carolina. Lake Waccamaw is the largest. All this water brings more than moisture to the state. Over the years, it's influenced settlement, trade, business, and of course, recreation. Water helps make North Carolina a great place to live.
I thought that was great. Why is water so important in North Carolina? Well, we get a lot of visitors here to come to our beaches, and that helps to bring in revenue. Revenue is the money that helps to support those towns and cities where the water is located at. So now I'm going to read with you North Carolina rivers and waterways, and I hope that you can follow along with me. I have set this by video, so if you want to hear it read again, you would just click this button right here after you check on the Google announcement page for today. Hi there, North Carolina adventurer. We think you'll love this issue of North Carolina Studies Weekly. To begin, here's a puzzle for you. See if you can guess who or what is speaking. Good luck. So they want us to hear the selection. So I'll go ahead and press play, and we can figure out who is speaking.
Hey there, North Carolina adventurer. We think you'll love this issue of North Carolina Studies Weekly. To begin, here's a puzzle for you. See if you can guess who or what is speaking. Good luck. Even though I live in North Carolina, I also have homes all over the world. You may not notice me, for sometimes I'm North Carolina's most silent resident. On the other hand, sometimes I make a lot of noise. When I am most wild, I could destroy a whole town with one swipe. Even so, cities and towns seem to spring up wherever I go, and no one ever gets too far away from me if they can help it. It's been that way my whole life, or at least since there have been cities and towns. Does that seem strange? Can you guess who I am? I don't mean to sound highfalutin, but pretty much everyone everywhere loves me, and it's not just people either. Animals and plants seem to always look their best when I'm around. In fact, most of them would just shrivel up and die without me. What's my name? It depends on where you go. In some places, they call me Noose, and in others, Tar. Some people call me Little Tennessee or High Rock. Sometimes I'm ice cold. Sometimes I'm salty, and sometimes I'm sweet. When I'm away, farmers hope I'll come back soon and bring my friends. Sailors mostly hope I'll keep quiet and friendly until they get home. Have you guessed who I am yet? Quickly now, make a guess before I slip away. Did you guess who the mystery stranger was? If you guessed water, you're one smart cookie. Water, water everywhere makes life spring up green and beautiful all over this great state of ours. Of course, too much water brings its own challenges and problems. That's what we're all about this week in North Carolina Studies Weekly. What are you waiting for? Read on.
Awesome. So now we're going to go over our I can statement for this lesson. And I will sing it like we normally do in the class. Sing along with me. I'll be pausing and we're just going to keep rolling with it. I can understand how human, environmental, and technological and factors affect the growth and development of North Carolina. Okay? I can understand how human, environmental, and technological factors affect the growth and development of North Carolina. So now we would want to, let's see if we can highlight the words that are our action for what they're wanting us to do. Here. And we're looking for those action words that we call verbs. So this is, I can understand. They want us to understand. Human, I'll underline human. Environmental. Technological. Factors. How do these things affect the growth and development of North Carolina? Okay. Whew, that line is kind of squiggly all over the place. Awesome. So we have our I can statement and we know what we're going to be doing. Alrighty, so we are looking at water, and now our article title is Creative Ways to Save Water. We're going to look at our video that's introducing this topic to us.
Oh, I didn't see you there. It must be project time. Water is our body's best friend. In fact, Mom! You're just so cute when you're frustrated. Water is everywhere. Oh, yes. On the Earth's surface, in the air, even our bodies are 60% water. We need water to survive. But as you may have noticed, water can get dirty. I like that. So today we're going to make a water filter. Water can be filled with particles and impurities, which make it dirty. Not to mention what scientists call blech. This can make it not so helpful if you need a Trinkgewinn. We're going to filter this nasty water and see if we can make it look cleaner. You won't believe the difference.
You'll need to get this stuff.
You will also need rocks, pebbles, and sand. This one may be too big.
Cut the top off the bottle. Fill the bottleneck with cotton, rocks, pebbles, and sand in that order. Put a coffee filter on top. You can also put a coffee filter on the bottom. Pour in the dirty water and watch it drip.
Oh, look at that clearish water. This filter rocks. Get it? Because it's a rock and it rocks. Right? Right? The dirt particles are trapped by each successive layer, allowing only the smaller molecules to pass through, thus filtering the water. But don't drink unless you use antimicrobial drops, as small microbes may have passed through. Science never tasted so good. So cute.
So, friends, I hope you enjoyed that video. It was very, very funny to me, but also very informative to figure out how we can get clean water by using a plastic bottle, coffee filters, cotton, and then sand and little rocks from in our yard. If you do the project, make sure that you do not drink the water. We will just do this to see if the water turns from brown to a clearer white. Alrighty, so now we're going to listen along. So friends, I want to make sure that we understand that what we just saw was very hilarious. It was so funny. I was able to laugh and learn. Let's see, laugh and learn, laugh and learn. So what I learned is that if you have muddy water, that there is a way that you can filter it to become clearer. Now, I said clearer, not cleaner. There's a difference. So if you were to do this activity at home, you would need a plastic bottle, you would need coffee filters, and you would need cotton balls. Then you would also need sand and rocks that are going to be placed on top of the cotton. So for this purpose, we're not trying to make drinking water. We are only going to be doing this to try to solve how can we get the dirty water cleaner. So we can get it cleaner. However, the soil and the bacteria and different micro that are in the water have to be killed first. So there's a whole process with that. So our sole purpose would be just to see how clean the water can get. Awesome. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Here we go. Creative ways.
How much H2O water have you used today? Not much, you might say, but you have probably used more than you think. Did you take a shower, brush your teeth, and flush the toilet this morning? If so, you were using water, gallons of it. Water goes into your orange juice and pancake mix. Water also cleans the dishes you used to eat your breakfast. It washed the clothes you are wearing and helped make the paper you are reading. Here in North Carolina and in the rest of our country, people are trying to find ways to use less water and reuse water. This is because our population is growing and the demand for water is rising. Many cities throughout North Carolina are trying creative ideas to satisfy the demand for water. Some towns near our coast are using water from the ocean. Seawater is salty and undrinkable, but through a process called reverse osmosis, the salt can be removed from the ocean water, leaving the water clean and pure enough to drink. Another way to save water is by creating reservoirs, holding places for water. The reservoirs can store water during wet seasons to use during dry seasons. There are also underground reservoirs, both natural and built by people, that store water. Greenville is planning to build one of these huge underground pools. Reclaimed water is a third way that cities are reusing water. Reclaimed water is another word for highly cleaned and treated sewage water. This type of water can be used to water lawns, but not to drink. Cary, a town near Raleigh, is one town already using reclaimed water.
Awesome. And I see some familiar words here. Cary and Raleigh. We're already using reclaimed water, water that has been cleaned and treated so it can be used by adults. Well, by humans, rather. All right, so now we're going to take a pause, and I have 3 questions for you concerning the first video, and then I have 3 questions for you concerning this video, and then we'll move on. See you in a little bit.